This is the 4 experts match with 1 Grandmaster. The Grandmaster is me and all of my opponents are random public lobby expert rank players. And from what it looks like, the purple player will go for Australia, pink for Africa, then white for either North America or Europe, and then I have a choice between Europe and South America. But if I go for South America, then the black player is kinda being left out without a continent, so he might decide to contest for it with me. So because of that, I think I will go for Europe, pushing the white player to go for North America. Though the black player doesn't show the intention to go for South America and it looks like he would like to abandon it. I assume with the pink player adding his troops in Asia and not going for Africa, the black player is going to go for it himself. Or another theory is that they're both, black and pink, would like to contest for Australia with purple, which wouldn't be that great of a choice at all, as when 2 players fight the third one wins, or might even fourth, as I have a bigger army next to Australia as well. But especially with the white player not moving his troops out from Europe, I'm going to relocate myself to South America either way. At the current moment I don't care about Australia at all, my goal is South America. I mean, if the black player doesn't want it, then I will take it. After all, I would like to get a continent as soon as possible. So I would be one of the players who would be in the advantage, over one of those who will be struggling to survive. My goal is to capture a continent as soon possible, but by doing that staying in the right mind so after me capturing it nobody could easily wipe me out and take over it. But it looks like I've already got it. South America is mine. So I'm going to see how it will be with other players getting continents. Besides the white player, they're kinda behind. Purple, pink and purple are pressuring each other for Australia. Well, actually the purple player is being pressured, but even with purple taking over it, it wouldn't be smart for any of the players to take it from him, as it would be given away for the third player. The white player is the only one neighboring player, and other players are not really close of capturing any continents. So just besides the purple player now, but he is far away in Australia, so he is not really a threat for me to hold South America, so I just didn't really feel the need to ally with any of those players except white, who will be bordering me. I mean, if he got any weaker then I would take him out, but if he stays as strong as he is, then I will just be a good neighbor. Generally it could be a good strategy to send the alliance requests to all of the players. But since this game is with experts, I don't think they could be that likely to take the alliances too seriously like novice, beginner and intermediate players could usually do. So I don't really want to be allied with everyone, so except if they send the alliance requests themselves, as then they could just simply tell me to attack each other, and then without me really attacking anyone they wouldn't be that much satisfied with the alliance. So like purple could tell me to attack white, but while he would be safe in Australia from the retaliation from white, I would be risking a lot if messing up with white, so the purple player would have to attack white first and it should be a bigger attack. But usually they just want you to attack their suggested person first, and usually that's a person next to you while they're far away from that person, so I don't really see that making multiple alliances would benefit me now. At least talking about the short term. And I mean the alliances with the players who don't have continents, aka black and pink, are not really needed, because I don't really think they would be useful for me in any way now. I doubt they would attack someone with me before getting continents for themselves first. So those alliances wouldn't be really benefiting me, and I might even have to do the dirty work for them or help them out in some way without getting a benefit for myself. So I think I will prefer to have one strong alliance, and it will be with the white player. Though since I intend to go for Africa, it might be worth sending an alliance to the pink player as well. But I mean, if the black player doesn't move out, then I will be far away of capturing it. The black player really messed up my further plan. I mean, if he intended to go for Africa in the beginning of the game, then I would have let him to, using the South American turtle strategy myself of just putting the troops on Peru without guarding any borders, so neither the African nor the North American players would be irritated by me. But now, since the black player didn't go for Africa in the beginning and just only put his troops in Africa now, when I already started expanding to it, I won't let him capture it, as I would like to become as strong as the white player as well. I would like that I would be matching him the continental troop bonuses wise. In comparison, if I just let the black player take over Africa, then I and purple players be the weakest, and probably me after I would just become blocked in South America. I don't really see how it would help for the game or me with me letting the black player take Africa. I think the black player would just be a passive player hoarding troops, and it's not really beneficial for me that there would be another turtle in the game, and I mean even with the black player wanting to attack someone, he couldn't really do it anyway. Africa would just be too vulnerable. Of course it might help out the diplomacy-wise, but not necessarily. The black player might just feel neutral towards me, and that's it, without too much appreciating that I let him take over Africa, and probably being scared that at one point I could invade him. He would probably build a big army next to my border. The black player is the weakest with the least promising position, so I don't really see him in the 3-player endgame as now. I think he should get eliminated either as the 5th or the 4th player. While if I let him hold Africa, then I would decrease that probability, increasing the probability to get eliminated as one of the first players from myself. The white player is building a bigger army on the Asian border, so I assume he might eliminate purple once having more troops. And then the black player would be another fish, or maybe even vice versa. Obviously the black player would be the easiest target, but since after eliminating him it wouldn't bring us to the 3-player situation, it doesn't make much sense for any of us to take him out, as then the player who takes him out could be potentially get taken out next, with the remaining 3 players getting into the 3-player endgame. Even though the black player sent me an alliance request and I accepted it, he doesn't really treat me as a good ally, as he just blocked me from getting cards. I think he probably wants that with me not having a territory to attack, I would attack either white or pink player into one of their borders, like a lot of low-ranked players would probably do after not having a free territory to attack anymore. I mean, not that the black player is a bad ally, it's just that we won't be really able to help each other out in a mutually beneficial way, at least without risking of getting tricked and deceived by each other. So we are just kinda neutral players towards each other, and that makes sense. I mean, that probably wouldn't be hard to guess that the reason the black player sent me an alliance request is because he could have got scared that I might take him out if he doesn't move out from Africa, and I accepted it so he would just let me hold it. So the alliance is more about not harming each other, and that's it, at least from my point of view. As I don't even imagine what the black player would like to do with our alliance other than with me moving out from Africa and letting him take over it. But the way the circumstances are now, it's not gonna happen. Later everything is possible, but I will still say unlikely. So unless I completely relocate myself to some other continent, but that way I would just be abandoning South America with Africa, not really giving them away for black. Anyway, what this time I was really thinking about is attacking pink. I mean, not that simply by myself, as then while he wouldn't hold Europe anymore I wouldn't Africa, and it would just be ruining the situation for both of us. So what I will be willing to do is to team up on pink. If the white player invaded him, then I would consider taking one of the pink player's big armies down, and then would even encourage black to do the same. But the white player didn't respond with anything, so to attack the pink player by myself wouldn't make any sense for me at all. And I mean, it makes sense the white player doesn't want to invade pink, as besides his biggest worry being purple now, he's also been in a very good alliance with the pink player from what I've been observing now. Even in a better one than the one with me. The white player has a counter-attack army 1 territory behind the border against me, while doesn't have one against pink. But on the other hand the pink player doesn't guard against him at all, while myself I have a counter-attack army against white as well. The reason being is that it wouldn't be very smart to leave South America empty, as then the North American player could just take over it without having an additional border to guard it, and then I would just stay with Africa. But yeah, I don't really like that the white and pink players are such good allies. The white player has the alliance with both of us, while I and pink only with white but not with each other as well, so in this case the white player is being favored the most. I sent the alliance request to Pink some time ago but he didn't respond to it. But what it all makes me predict is that in the 3-player endgame, if getting to it with them, they would be really good allies with each other, and I would be the one in the disadvantage being attacked. So actually I don't like that my strongest rivals are friends with each other. So that would make sense to start thinking about the plan which would make one of them to be eliminated, over planning to go for the weakest players. As what would be the sense to get rid of the 2 weakest players just to end up with 2 players who are in a very strong alliance who would be unlikely to attack each other but could consider attacking you, or at the very best just being neutral towards you. And it looks like we finally have some action going on by the purple player. That's great. As I really thought this game was going to nowhere. With nobody wanting to team up on someone, it was just basically the game of patience, and it looks like the purple player was the one to lose it first. And I really like and appreciate it. So because of that I decided to send the alliance request to purple, so then I will help him out to team up on white. The white player is my ally but he basically is an useless ally plus has even a stronger alliance with the pink player. The only benefit from white is that he doesn't pressure me like he was kinda putting pressure on purple, whether it was his intention or wasn't. I want to have an ally which with me would be willing to attack others, so then the game could progress instead of going to nowhere. And it was leading this way with white, and obviously I didn't expect anything from black as he was just the weakest player without a continent, so it wouldn't have been very wise for him to think about some teaming up strategies while not even having a good position for himself. The purple player didn't accept my alliance request, but let's attack the white player anyway. The purple player maybe doesn't know what this alliance was for. Or maybe the only reason we attacked white is that he felt bothered by him and that's it. And I mean I didn't attack white in the last turn is because firstly I wanted to see if he self-destructed on purple, but he didn't, so I wasn't going to wait for any more turns. Anyway, that is so unexpected. The black player went for purple. When I sent him the attack request to do so I wasn't really serious about that. I just did that because I was going to attack white, so with me attacking someone and sending an attack request for black to attack someone as well, that would really make my diplomacy with him better, that he would really think that I want to work with him together and that I take our alliance very seriously over just being casual neutral players towards each other. So that really came out of blue, the black player taking out purple, as why he would do that just to get into the 4-player situation as the weakest barely surviving player, that someone could just simply eliminate him to get to the 3-player one. Well, I guess the black player was desperate for a continent. Everyone had one but him. So he was a poor, very poor player called black, but not anymore. That's actually great that someone has been finally eliminated. But that actually really messes my plans up. I wouldn't have messed up with the white player if I knew the black player was going to eliminate purple. My plan was to eventually eliminate white, and I cannot do that anymore, as by doing that the game would be given away to pink, as with me eliminating white, the pink player would have more troops than me and black combined. So that's a really bizarre situation for me, as now the white player absolutely hates me. Not much sense for him to give North America back, as he would keep hating me anyway while loving his ally pink. Well, other than the white player wouldn't self-destroy himself on me like a lot of people in public lobbies do who cannot handle their emotions. I think that's not a coincidence. The pink player invaded me right after the white player breaking the alliance with me. The white player must have told pink to attack me. Like I mentioned, I think they're in a really strong alliance. So because of that I would really hate that to end up in the 3-player situation with them, and it would be really disadvantageous for me. But I think I have no other choice, as it goes like that, then instead of me ending up in the 3-player situation, it will be the black player. I mean, both of the players could have really taken black out if they wanted, but they didn't, so now they would just be teaming up on me. So I hate to throw my best ally black under the bus, but I just have to. He is too weak for me to help out fighting other players, so he would just be turtling until I would get eliminated. So by eliminating black, at least I get to the 3-player situation now, even if the pink and white players team up on me, it's still better than just to wait to get eliminated in the 4th position. Now at least I have some chances, even if the odds are highly against me. The Australian turtle strategy is my best play now. They're both attacking me, so I won't be attacking any of them. As if I attacked both of them at once, then I would just make it easier for them to team up on me. Basically I would just be wasting my troops myself doing the dirty work for them, making it even easier for them to destroy me. Though an option would be to attack one of them, so to force him to betray the other one so the balance of the game wouldn't be broken. But in public lobbies players don't really understand that and would really take it personally, probably with the game ending on that player over-destroying himself on you than attacking the overpowered ally who has never attacked him. Anyway, I didn't expect that moment to come that fast, of one of them finally betraying the other one, but it finally came. I think the pink player with him attacking a bunch of territories of mine expected the same from the white player, but the white player didn't follow, so the pink player didn't want to let the white player hold North America anymore while white was even expanding to Africa, or at least prevented pink from capturing it with putting his army on North Africa. On the other hand, while the white player didn't want to make it equally fair the continent-wise, the pink player didn't show the intention to make it equally fair the troop-wise in total, that looking to the troops counter they will have around the same number of troops rather than the pink player having quite more. A smart way to play holding big continents is to team up on the small weak continent player in the mutually beneficial way. A dumb way is in this situation to start attacking each other and then getting mad over destroy each other. Though that's not dumb if you just don't want to go with that teaming up play, and would prefer to equalize the situation on the board or might even force the other player to attack the third one. But in public lobbies that usually goes to the dumb way of the players over-attacking each other. Whether it will be this way in this game as well I don't know, but we are going to see. The pink player might just break the balance of the game now. But alright, he stopped. I really thought he was going all in on self-destroying himself on white, but it actually looks that he has common sense. Anyway, that's hard to believe, but actually now I'm the most favored player the diplomacy-wise. The white player now hates pink much more than me, and the pink player is highly dissatisfied with white, while with me the pink player has never been an ally, so he shouldn't have as harsh feelings towards me. Even if I attack him, so I went with it. I mean, it wouldn't make the pink player to hate me more than the white player, and the white player being seriously annoyed with pink would highly appreciate me attacking him, so that would really give him the encouragement to attack him too. And that's the game. I'm not sure if the white player was going to do the same, but that's how usually public lobby games end, of one of the players not being able to hold their emotions anymore and then just simply self-destroying himself on his hated player, but not really of some smaller miscalculation or something like that. I'm not going to speculate what the white player was going to do, we will never know now. It was the pink player who pulled the trigger at the end, so he gets the third while I give the second place for the white player. I think it's the most fair this way. If someone did that to me, then I would like to be treated in the same way also. Now check out the 5 Grandmasters match with 1 Master. That video is even more crazy and hilarious. Another fixed card game on the classic Risk map.